Today we turn the page to the second half. After an exciting end of the first half this week, we immediately jump into a clean slate, 0-0. With the turn comes some changes in the roster, but with more new guys coming in, this team is poised for an even stronger second half. It all kicks off today between the Plainsmen and the Spearfish Sasquatch, live from Black Hills Energy Stadium in beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota. As we welcome you up into the press box, I'm AJ Reister. Aiden Wirtz is our producer, director, part-time color commentator, statistician, researcher, a whole lot of things, and also just built a new score bug.
We did. That's an exciting new addition today. So in addition to building stronger hamstrings through stretches this morning, I am trying to build a better score bug. So
yes,
it's a dual effort. AJ helped out with some bases, and we got cameras up today, and it's hot, but hopefully the camera's running well. Audio looks to be smooth so far, and AJ's hair looks good, so that's about it.
Well, just like this team, we're trying to get better this second half, and of course it starts with the score bug. So an updated score bug, and we are ready to rock and roll here for the second half.
Picture.
We're gonna pause. Thanks, Callie. But we're ready to go here for this first game against the Plainsmen. It'll be a 3-game series to open up the second half. The Plainsmen is a traveling team only, very similar to the Prospects. Yep. Only they aren't just focused on their youth team. The Plainsmen, this is their only team. Yep. So I was talking with their head coach, Bo Boyle, before the game, a little bit before the game, just about what it's like to be recruiting for a team like this. He says it's, of course, very different, but just like any other team at the exact same time. So it's going to be interesting to see how this series rolls out. But, of course, the Sasquatch are in the playoffs. So what does that mean for the second half? Well, you're probably going to see a lot more new faces getting their innings in. For example, Karsten Hansen is in right field. He's only played a few games, but getting the start in right field tonight. The rest of the defense behind Bowman, who's starting on the mound, Aaron Niels in left, and Lucas Torelli in center. Around the infield, it's Nick Work, Ben Foyer, Isaac Martinez, and Sam Kwapnowski at first base. Owen Michelson is behind the dish. The 0-1 from Bowman. Lifted out to center. Torelli back. Underneath it, makes the catch. Brady Alexander is the first out of the first inning. He'll be followed by Asher Friedman and Christopher Ortega. Part of the order is Jake Steffes, Brian O'Connell, Dax Wandler, and rounding out the starting 9 is Ivan Gomez, Amari Hackett, and Braden Boyle. Friedman digs in. Umpires tonight behind the dish is Scott Penny, and on the field is Nathan Montgomery. Finds the zone, it's 1-1. Asher Friedman hitting .188 this season. Pops it straight up along the infield. Foyer is in. On the edge of the grass, makes the catch. Couple of quick outs for Bo. A true two-way player, also hitting .273 on the season, has 3 home runs. His third came last night to walk off the Nebraska Prospects. The walk-off was to run rule them in the 7th inning. Here's a high fly ball to the left. Niels underneath it in a 1-2-3 inning to open up the first. Good, a weak contact. We'll see if the Squatch can come to the plate and back him up. To lead things off will be Nick Work, Lucas Torelli, Sam Kwapnowski when we come back. Nick Work to lead off the bottom of the first. A 5'10 freshman from Madison Lake, Minnesota, attends South Dakota State University, just finished up his freshman year there. Hitting .300 on the year with a .500 on-base percentage. Takes one away for ball one. On the mound for the Plainsmen is Owen Kelly, making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's thrown 9 innings, has an ERA of 4.67, 10 strikeouts to 8 walks. Strike called on Work. It's 1-1. He'll be followed by Torelli and Kwapnowski. Heart of the order, Aaron Niels, Carson Rather, and Owen Michelson. The rounding out the starting 9 is Isaac Martinez, Ben Foyer, and Karsten Hansen. Oh, that's going to get Work. Playing in, I believe, one of his final games as well. There's going to be a lot of changes these next few days. Gio Masterosa played his last game last night. Peyton Fort and Tyler Russ have already departed, and Nick Work, I believe this is his last game in a Sasquatch uniform. Here's Lucas Torelli as the Squatch get the leadoff runner on. Defensively for the Plainsmen in the outfield left to right, Braden Boyle, Brady Alexander, and Amari Hackett. Along the infield is Asher Friedman, Dax Wandler, Ivan Gomez, and Jake Steffes at first. Behind the dish is Brian O'Connell. Torelli takes away.
The other night, our GM, Eric Schmidt, was calling Torelli kind of an on-base man every single time. It seems like he just pokes one through, which he really does. And we've talked about maybe the hair helps, long, luscious hair, possibly.
Trying to catch up with Kyle Finn's hair.
Yeah.
When you want to talk about getting on base, he's on an 8-game hit streak right now, and in that time, he has scored 9 times and driven in 10.
9 times. 9 times. Shout out Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You ever seen that one with his absences? Ed Rooney, not happy about it.
2-1 on Torelli. Ground ball up the middle, skips through for a base hit. Work on his way to third. The throw in will not go there, and it's runners on the corners as Torelli extends his hit streak to 9.
There it is. On baseman. On baseman Torelli.
His bat-to-ball skills are just so good, and we saw that in his spring season at Eastern New Mexico, where his on-base percentage was a .526. This summer, it's a .554, and it just went up a tick again. Here's Sam Kwapnowski. Here's a shot through the left side of the infield, and Nick Work will score. The ball scoots behind Boyle and left. Torelli takes the extra 90 feet, and Kwapnowski has an RBI single, and the Squatch strike the scoreboard first.
They're just a team that continues to stay hot. I heard out in the outfield as I was setting up one of the infield cameras, Owen Michelson saying, hey, let's not wait to keep this energy or to get this energy going. Let's just win the second half too. Why not? Why take the foot off the pedal?
No need to. When they're swinging this hot and the bullpen is as strong as ever. Here's a line drive to left center, and Aaron Neals delivers back-to-back base hits. Torelli comes in from third and make it a double for Aaron Neals. Guap went first to third, and this offense is humming early.
Once again, why slow down? Great hit there from Neals. He's obviously had a pretty solid bat when he does. He's had a couple of times where he strikes out looking, and I know he's mentioned kind of the adjustment to different umpires here in this league, but a really nice piece of hitting right there from him.
Carson Rather takes the first pitch. Quap had a base hit the first pitch he saw, then Aaron Neals followed it up with a double on the first pitch he saw. Here's Rather, the designated hitter. The Squatch are down to 2 catchers now, Carson and Owen Michelson, who's on deck and doing the catching tonight. Line drive up the middle, off the glove of Kelly. Quap comes in to score, and he'll be thrown out at first as the defense behind Kelly's able to pick him up.
It's actually a really nice play right there.
Wow.
It's not easy to make that play. The pitcher's mitt fell off or flew off perhaps, and then second baseman made a very slow Jeter-like jump, but obviously nonetheless a nice out right there.
Literally right back at him. It took and smoked the glove of Kelly. Michelson first pitch, ground ball deep in the hole at second. It skips into right field. Bad hop, nothing that Gomez could do, and it scores another run. Well, the Squatch are swinging early, and they are striking early. 4-0 in this bottom of the first, and just 1 out. And we're already at the 7-hole hitter, Isaac Martinez. First pitch, away.
Isaac, as we mentioned a couple times, injured earlier in the season out in left field, but doing pretty good since then.
Him and Kiefer have been splitting time at second base since Peyton Fort has left.
Had a really nice battle the other night against the Prospects in that walk-off winner, a double out to right field. Kind of this weird-looking oppo attempt, but a really nice at-bat there for him.
It was his first extra base hit of the season. It couldn't have come at a better time. That one gets away. Michelson will take second on the pass ball. Well, it's not like Kelly has struggled all that much this season. He does have 6 earned runs in 9 innings. But has a 144 whip, so on average he allows 1.4 base runners per inning. Obviously he struggled today getting out of this first inning. But you got to give credit to the Squatch. They're swinging hot bats, everyone. And you have a lot of your big hitters on the bench for this one, including Kyle Finn, who leads the league in almost every offensive category. And the Squatch is still putting up big runs in this first inning. 2-1 on Martinez. Ground ball. Stopped by the third baseman. Picks it up and no throw. Infield single for Isaac.
And anytime you field a ball and Isaac's on the base path, you always get a little nervous. Isaac's got some speed behind those cleats right there. Of course, error makes it an easy jog over there to first to meet Ryan Bachman. Bachman's just the face of the town here in Spearfish, just a fan favorite.
In his 5th year in Spearfish, first time he's not actually playing. This time he's got the coach's helmet on down there at first. Here's Ben Foyer, the starting shortstop, with first and second and 1 down. Really tough play by Asher Friedman. Again, he waited back on it. They went for the backhand, just knocked it down. And like you said, with Martinez's speed, if you're not coming up on that ball, you're not going to get him.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Here's Foyer hitting .310 this season with a .422 on base. 23 ribbies, 20 runs on the year. Takes away. He's been one of the few guys that have played nearly every single day since day one, and he finally got some rest with Clay Porter coming in this week. Breaking ball finds the zone. And they're going to need as much help on the infield as possible with Nick Work leaving after today. So it was a huge get to have Clay Porter come up for the summer for the second half. 2-2 flip foul.
It's nice to have a guy like Kiefer back, too. Obviously, he had a couple nicer plays at third earlier on in the season. Where he plays for the rest of it will be on, to be determined, kind of. But, yeah, Work's been a strong arm over there on that side.
Good take by Foyer. He's worked it full. Attends Southwestern University. Finished up his sophomore year there. Hit .228 with 18 RBIs. Full count. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. And Foyer thought it was ball 4 that he didn't go around. And now the umpire is informing him that he struck out.
There's that really late strike 3 call once again that we've seen from this umpire the other night. It comes about 3 seconds after the pitch.
I think the conversation beforehand was, hey, base runners, don't start moving until you absolutely know that you can go. Here's Karsten Hansen getting the start in right field tonight. Playing in just his 5th game since he's gotten here. A freshman from Olympia, Washington, attends Lower Columbia University. Appeared in 30 games as a freshman in the spring. Hit .243 with 10 RBIs. And falls behind the count 0-2.
Yeah, there's Carson, there's Karsten, there's 2 Aidens. There's a bunch of different names in this team that, with guys coming in and out are tough to remember, but all these guys have meshed pretty well and just continue to get to know each other better throughout the season.
Kelly comes set at the 0-2. That one's going to find the backstop. Good carom, but everybody advances. Michelson takes third. Martinez takes second. And now 2 are in scoring position for Hansen, who has 2 RBIs on the year. One of them came this last week against the Prospects in that first game, where Justice Scott had the ability to unload the bench, and Hansen got a couple of plate appearances. 1-2. Taken for strike 3. Hansen goes down looking at back-to-back Ks for Owen Kelly to strand a couple of runners, but the Squatch strike first in a big way. 4 runs, and they lead it going to the top of the second.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
2.
Jake Steffes to lead off the top of the second. First pitch from Bo is upstairs. Bowman's a redshirt sophomore from Las Vegas, attends Saracoso Community College, is transferring to Cumberland's College for next spring. Features a fastball at 82 to 84, a curveball, and a splitter. Is another one of those two-way players that we've talked about this season. Him and Diego Trujillo are really the two main two-way players, but now you add in Phoenix Brandt, who has an electric arm that we saw pitch an inning last night and made a pretty impactful start at the plate as well, with his first base hit being a triple, and then the next game he walked it off with a 3-run home run to clinch a playoff spot. Popped up to right. Hansen underneath it makes the catch.
Yeah, there's not too many scenarios I can brew up in my head that would be better than a walk-off home run to clinch a playoff spot for your first game.
I mean, he had one at-bat in the previous game, but he came off the bench. That was his first start.
Right, yes.
And, yeah, bottom of the 7th, walk-off 3-run home run to right center, which is by no means short porch.
No. I mean, you got 400 to dead center here. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 385 maybe?
Maybe even further.
Could be in the 390s, absolutely. Because it depends on which sign you hit it over to, or we're looking at, I'm trying to think which sign it was. But, yeah, I mean, definitely not any shorter than 380.
No. And it snuck over the wall, not because it didn't have enough power, but because of how hard of a line drive it was. Nice play by Martinez at second to get Brian O'Connell.
And Kwapnowski playing first again, which he played the other night actually during that walk-off game, I believe.
He did.
It's obviously not his normal spot, but he's got the first base mitt and everything, so.
Comes prepared.
Comes prepared.
Here's Dax Wandler, the starting shortstop. Dax this season hitting .231 with a .310 on base. Couple of walks and one stolen base on the year. Takes upstairs for ball 2. Bowman before Saracosa was at Cochise College. Said he had to deal through some injuries the last few years, and this year was really one of the first springs that he was feeling pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And has been slowly finding his swing again, finding his pitching motion again, and it's really started to come full strength these last couple of weeks. He's hit 3 home runs in the last 2 homestands. And he's been pretty electric on the mound, a 3.18 ERA with a 1.68 whip. He has 9 strikeouts, 5 of them came in his last start against Oahe about a week ago. But he walks Dax Wandler here. Brings up Ivan Gomez, the starting second baseman. Upstairs.
AJ, you mentioned Bowman kind of finding his swing, and of course he, speaking of walk-offs, walked it off the other night, kind of in a weird fashion. It wasn't a walk-off where it was a tied game, but instead a walk-off to a run rule in the 7th against the Prospects.
You know, obviously you want to celebrate because it's a walk-off, but it feels weird to celebrate when you just demolished a team and mercy ruled them.
Right.
Here's a high fly ball to left. Going back is Niels. Few steps in front of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 3. Ivan Gomez put a good barrel on it, but just not enough to get out of here. And Bowman strands a runner on first. 4-0 Squatch, bottom of the 2nd when we come back.
My favorite thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
2.
Just like how we started the bottom of the first, it's how we're going to start the bottom of the second with Nick Work. Owen Kelly back out on the mound for the Plainsmen after giving up 4 runs in the first inning. First pitch to Work is away. Nick was hit by a pitch last inning, came in to score. High fly ball deep to left field. Boyle on his high horse looking up, and it is gone. Nick Work, a solo shot, his first home run of the season on his last day in Spearfish.
Now that's a way to go out. That is a way to go out. Nick Work back to his home, which he hasn't been since, I want to say, Christmas or something like that. Oh, what a way. What a way.
Gives this home crowd a going-away gift, and it results in the 5th run of the ball game. He's only had 4 extra base hits this year, 4 doubles, but that one is an exclamation point to a great year for Nick Work. Here's Lucas Torelli. He has 1 home run on the season.
And it's funny, Work has said he doesn't mean to mean anybody, but in his league they throw a little bit faster than they do, or than he's seen in this one. So I wouldn't doubt it if he's been kind of waiting to get one here.
Well, he didn't miss that one.
No, he didn't. And you mentioned it. That one and the past one that Neal's caught out there, they both hung up for a decently long time, caught up in the air. But that one, you kind of knew it might have gotten over the fence there. Well, it just missed that hole out in left field.
That would have been a crazy,
that'd been pretty sweet,
crazy way to go.
Is that a money one, or is that the season tickets?
I think it might be season tickets.
Yeah. It's some prize for a fan, a lucky fan in the stands of Black Hills Energy Stadium if they hit the ball into that, I don't even know, about a basketball-sized hole out there out in left field. Get a little prize.
Torelli takes a 5-pitch walk. Yeah, it'd be really impressive to see somebody hit one into that net out beyond left field. I mean, it'd be hard to throw it into that.
Yeah.
Let alone try and hit it out there.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's really far beyond the fence. It's just beyond the fence.
Right.
And you got to put it in the right spot.
It almost needs to be like a line drive.
Yeah. See, if Phoenix Brandt's 3-run home run the other night would have been pulled, that might have gotten there.
Right.
Because there was a line drive that just snuck over the fence.
Well, and I mean, I'll tell you who can get that shot right there is Kyle Finn.
If he could put it on a line. He has a lot of loft on his home runs.
Yes, he does. He would need to come down on it pretty hard.
See if Quap can push one out there. He's got some good oppo power. He's got 3 home runs on the year. He's been having a great, great season, especially as of recent. Flips it into shallow left. That'll drop in. Well, he pushed it like we said.
That'll do. That will do.
But Sam, I mean, he's on a 15-game on-base streak. Woo. And during those last 15 games, he's hitting .421.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a stat that I wouldn't mind having.
He leads the league in runs with 29 and is tied for the league lead in doubles with 10. Here's a high fly ball to deep left field, and it is off the base of the wall. Here comes Torelli around third. Quap holds up at third, and Aaron Neals has an RBI double. His second of the day.
AJ, it feels like the past couple of games, it's one that if they keep hitting this way could end in 7 once again.
All 4 games against the Prospects ended in 7. 2 of them were because it was a doubleheader, but the other 2 were via the mercy rule. Here's Carson Rather, who grounded out to second on a crazy play after he hit a line drive off the pitcher's mitt, and he grounds out to the second baseman here, but picks up an RBI. I believe that's almost exactly what he did last time based on the scorebook, but this one's a little more routine.
Yeah.
Here's Owen Michelson. Singled back in the first. As the score now reads 7-0.
Well, the Sasquatch got some real big help from the Plainsmen a couple nights ago, beating Hastings in a doubleheader, which was initially the main competition for the first half for Spearfish, but ended up being Casper. Nonetheless, first half champions.
Flips it to shallow right, drops in. Here comes the runner from third. It's Aaron Niels. He scores in an RBI single for Owen Michelson. 8-0. Thought maybe Amari Hackett would charge that a little more, and it hung up there. Thought he could have made a play on it, but it drops in.
Yeah, that's one where you're probably contemplating it, and you're like, well, if I dive, I can get it. If I dive, I can also miss it. It turns into a triple.
Hot shot to first. Great play by Jake Steffes. Makes the catch, steps on the bag, double play. Bang, bang, nothing that anybody could do as you blink and you miss it. That ends the second inning, 8-0. Jake Steffes with a highlight reel play at first. The Spearfish Sasquatch have won the first half and are in the playoffs. You don't want to miss watching this historic team in action. Join us tomorrow night for Game 2 against the Plainsmen. It's also Faith and Family Night at the ballpark, presented by LaFrade Roofing and Construction. We cap off the series on Monday with First Responders Night. Catch all the action live on YouTube or head to SpearfishSasquatch.com and get your tickets today. Amari Hackett, Braden Boyle, and Brady Alexander to lead off the top of the third. Carson Rather joined the interns and some kids dancing to Cotton Eye Joe during the break.
Yeah, Rather's definitely got a little country spirit in him.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball misses high. And it's always fun to see the players interacting with the fans, too. That's just what makes this experience so unique and fun for the fans, especially the kids that show up, too.
Absolutely.
Being able to dance with one of the – I mean, he's in the starting lineup. He's DHing tonight.
Yeah.
And he's out there dancing with them.
And obviously having two catchers now, might not hear much of their voices up here in the booth anymore until they snag a third. But, of course, it was fun to have Gio up here. Carson was up here once. Owen Michelson was up here.
Yep. So we got some catcher perspective, which is also it's a really unique perspective, especially guys like the ones that we've had come up here and come through Spearfish. They're very knowledgeable of the game and know how to work a game with a bunch of different pitchers, which has been really fun to learn about because in summer ball, you're dealing with a lot of different guys.
Right. Exactly.
So being able to pick their ear about how they prepare for each game and how they went about at the beginning of the year, learning all these different guys, not just their names and their hometowns, but their pitch mix, what they like to throw in certain situations, what they're good at, what they want to work on, and how they can help their pitchers get better for the spring.
When we've had pitchers up here, and then we have catchers saying how they catch those pitchers.
It's really fun. Here's Braden Boyle. Fouls it back.
Another hot day here in the ballpark. Some ice cream, mini souvenir baseball caps going around.
Yeah, they keep walking by us with them, and I would really like one.
I wouldn't mind one. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
Runner takes out for a second. It's inside. The throw down from Michelson. Got him. Wow. Get the pop time on that sucker. Owen Michelson, throw him out by a mile.
You see that? Owen Michelson got up. He waved his finger. A little Dikembe Mutombo. No, no, no. Love it, man. Owen's got a cannon.
He does.
Loaded up somewhere in that rotator cuff, man.
And Foyer didn't have to move his glove at all. It was on the money, hit the back leg. And Ben didn't have to do anything except catch it.
Yeah, that was nice.
But also, you do have to give credit to Foyer. He let that ball go deep.
Absolutely.
You don't want to catch it too out in front and then twist your body to put the tag on. You got to wait for it as deep as you can, catch it, and the runner will run right into the tag.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a great way to analyze it. It's really easy to think, I'm going to go get this ball. And as an infielder, you're taught to go get the ball. But, yeah, in that scenario, you're exactly right. Foyer did a great job. Great cannon by Owen there. It seems like he's throwing a guy out almost every single game he's in.
It's crazy. I would love to be able to get the stats on how many guys he's thrown out this year, because you're right.
It's over 10 now, I want to say.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, almost every game he's thrown out a guy, and you'd think that message would get around to the rest of the league, but apparently it hasn't.
It's 3-1 now. Owen went out there, and you could see on the camera here, Owen and Bo were talking. Gave him a little pat in the chest. He was laughing, so trying to lighten up the mood here to say, you know what, we're up 8-0 right now. We're good.
Hack and a miss. And Michelson knows Bo really well at this point, because Bowman was one of the guys in that first series down in Hastings that the Sasquatch had to lean on quite a bit to pitch, even though he's a two-way player and has a hot bat. Line drive to left for a base hit. Braden Boyle's aboard. First hit of the ball game for the Plainsmen. But going back to what I was saying,
yeah,
because those two had that connection early on in the year, it's developed, not just on the field but off the field.
Right.
So I'm sure whatever Michelson said, some inside joke that they've had beforehand.
I'm sure.
They've got a really good connection.
Yeah.
Top of the order, it's Brady Alexander to follow up Braden's single to the left. Check on him at first. Alexander flew out to Torelli in center, his first time up. Breaking ball just misses. High fly ball, shallow center, drops in, and back-to-back singles for the Plainsmen.
Getting a little something going here for their team. Just a little too shallow for Torelli to try to come in and make some sliding catch, if you will. I know Quap has made a couple on the right. He's at first today, of course.
And the Squatch have quite a few first basemen, but Seth Nelson is down. Got hurt in the Nebraska series. He said his left lat labrum area was giving him a little bit of pain, and he said when he would go in to try and check his swing, he couldn't hold back because it hurt so much. So he asked Coach to pull him, and he's going to go get it checked out at some point this weekend.
Yeah.
But you still have a few other first basemen. One of them's on the mound. Deep in the hole at short. Throw to third off the glove of work. Michelson comes in to pick it up. Would have been a heck of a play for Ben to make, but the throw just goes wide.
Load the bases here now. Not a bad idea at all. Trying to get the lead runner there for Foyer. Just off the tip of his glove there.
Well, and also would have been tough to even go to first or second because his weight is going into shallow left field with how deep that ball was hit.
Right.
So that was that was probably the easiest play that he had, and it was still a hard play.
Yeah.
Ortega pops it up and fouls it away. And like you said, now that loads the bases for the Plainsmen. Ortega, the DH, he flew out to left his first time up. Up and in, watch out. Backs him off the plate. Ortega this season is hitting .296 with a .296 on base, has 6 RBIs. Pops it up. Center field, Torelli makes the catch. The runner from third tags the throw in. Just not in time. Close play. Torelli with a cannon in center. Can't get Boyle tacking up and scoring. So a sac fly for Ortega brings up Jake Steffes.
First run there for the Plains, and obviously Quap comes over, gives a little slap in the butt there to Bowman, saying, we're all good. Still up 7. Pitch to hit.
That's why you got a good offense to back you up. And Bowman's been a big addition. Well, I shouldn't say addition. A big bat to almost get back with the slow start for him. But he has been red hot these last couple of weeks. Fouled away. But going back to the conversation about first base, it's nice to be able to have Sam in there. Gives Kyle Finn a day off. Bowman's on the mound, obviously, with Seth being hurt. Those are your 3 main first basemen. So
right.
For Quap to be able to come down and play first base and be a versatile player, really huge for this team that's starting to run low on infielders.
Absolutely.
Good stop by Michelson to keep it in front. Long pause from Bo. Here's the pitch. Boy, where'd that miss?
Just a bit outside, and not like the movie quote, but literally just a bit outside.
Really good pitch. Some groans from the Sasquatch dugout. Comes back. Similar spot, but this time called a strike.
Yeah, nice job by Bo to keep his composure here. Obviously, all different umpires in this league have all different types of strike zones. They had this guy the other night, and I think they got a bit frustrated with the late strike call, but again, learning to grow with the process. Bo here.
Also not afraid to go back to that corner. He knows he missed, but went back with the same pitch and made the adjustment, came in a little bit further, and got the called strike.
Right.
Now it's a full count. Runners will be off on the pitch with 2 outs. In an 8-1 ball game. Plainsmen trying to cut the deficit. Runners take off. Breaking balls upstairs. That'll load them up again. No movement in the Spearfish bullpen, so it's Bo's inning no matter what. With 2 outs, not surprised that they want to see if he can get out of this jam.
Yeah.
Brian O'Connell digs in. He grounded out his first time up. A lot of soft contact induced by Bowman on the mound. Yet to find his first strikeout. Right now would be a good time for it.
Wouldn't be a bad time, that's for sure. That is for sure. Bo's a resilient dude. I'll tell you, he was listening to some music before the game. He was laying down horizontally on the bench in the dugout. And I didn't check what brand of headphones he has, but it'd be pretty cool if he was sponsored by Bose.
True.
Bose.
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 That's an NIL deal in the making. Shallow left field, popped up. Foyer makes the catch.
That'll do.
Bowman leaves them stranded, but the Plainsmen do get one back. Braden Boyle comes in to score on the sac fly from Christopher Ortega. 8-1 Squatch, bottom of the third when we come back. Ben Foyer, Karsten Hansen, and Nick Work to lead off the bottom of the third, an 8-1 ball game. Cooper Smith, our ticketing intern and also part-time color commentator. Everyone's just adding on to their titles, I feel like. Aiden's got like 7 things on his title now whenever I introduce him.
Wurtzy does everything.
He does. He really does. Shout out, Wurtzy.
Shout out.
Shout out your parents for being in attendance. Shout out your mom.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. Great day. I'm glad to have him here.
It's a great day for bringing family out. It's a little hot, but the wind is helping us out quite a bit.
The wind is helping. That party deck over there. Also, shout out to Eric's daughter.
Yes.
First birthday today at the stadium.
It's an eventful day at the ballpark.
And we have a jam-packed stadium today.
It's awesome. It's alive and well. The rain has stayed away. Fingers crossed it continues to do that.
Hopefully, we can get out of here in 7 and we don't even have to worry about the rain.
See if the Bats can stay hot. They've scored 4 runs in the first 2, but here we are in the bottom of the third, 8-1. The Plainsmen did get one back in the top half as Bo got into some trouble, but only let up 1 run.
Bo had a really good 2 innings, strong 2 innings. And last inning he got out of a jam, so not too bad, only giving up 2 hits so far.
Especially with how well he's been swinging the bat to come back and pitch on the mound and have a good day. Slapped right side deep in the hole at second, picked up by Gomez. He throws out Foyer for out number 1. Here is Karsten Hansen, who struck out looking his first time up.
We also have a few big-time scouts in the stands today as well.
That's what we've heard. Have not seen, but have heard.
I did give a ticket to a UNC scout, actually.
Okay.
They had a great year this year.
They did.
A great year. They were hot. Unfortunately, lost to Arizona, I believe, in early on before they could make it to Omaha.
I think it was in the Super Regionals.
Yeah, right before they could make it to Omaha. But they came out and won that first game by 10 runs, I believe.
Yeah. They were coming in hot into that Arizona game, or that Arizona series. I believe it was in Chapel Hill. They were hosting the regional, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done as Hansen is plunked in the leg. Vance Honeycutt, a big name down North Carolina, graduated a couple of years ago, an absolute legend, was a part of the Chapel Thrill team.
Yeah, electric stuff down there in Chapel Hill.
Would be fun to see some of these guys put on some Tar Heel blue.
I almost actually was wearing some Tar Heel blue today. I changed at the last second. Missed out on an opportunity there.
Would have been an easy conversation starter.
Yeah.
You're entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, next year I'll be in the transfer portal actually. Trying to find a
academic
school.
weapon.
Yeah.
Here's Nick Work. Homered his last time up in his final game in a Sasquatch uniform. Also was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Going to be tough to lose Nick, especially with the infield already thin after Peyton Fort's departure. Runner takes out for second. The throw down will skip way in front of second base, and Hansen has a stolen base.
Yeah, Nick Work's going to be a big loss for us. It just keeps the team morale high. Guy who's batted all over the lineup, especially today leading off, has hit in the 7 hole, hit in the 8 hole, hit in the 9. So he's a guy that's bounced around the lineup a lot. So always just a plug-in pencil in the lineup.
Line drive to center field, right on cue, delivers a base hit.
Big day for Nick so far.
Huge day. He's not known for his power, but to get that home run in his final game probably felt pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good way to send off. I think we have our player of the game probably penciled in already, if I had to guess. We gave it to Gio after his final game, so I'm sure Nick Work will get the call in front of the stadium today.
Here's Lucas Torelli. Singled and scored his first time up, then walked and scored in the second. He's always in contention for player of the game with how good he's been swinging the bat. As we talked about earlier when he first came up, was on a 8-game hitting streak, now on a 9-game hitting streak.
Yeah, he just gets on, hits the ball well, barrels up the ball well. And if I had a guess, I believe that scout from the Tar Heels might be here looking at our guy Torelli.
He's in the transfer portal right now. Just finished up his senior year at Eastern New Mexico, where he hit .410 with a .526 on base and had 46 RBIs with 12 home runs. Monster year down there in Eastern New Mexico. And he said he's been getting a lot of calls from Division I schools.
Also, another guy that I'd be looking for to come in today would be Jackson Peters as well. I'm sure there are some people here looking at him too. Busy weekend for the fellas. You know, we thought that, you know, starting out the second half, we were just going to be able to cruise, but we got some calls, found out these guys were coming out, and they're putting on a show today.
8-1 on the scoreboard. There's a strike on Torelli at the bottom of the zone. A lot of fans don't agree with the call.
From up here, it looked like it might have bounced, actually.
And it's 2-1. That one definitely misses low. Got the replay on that controversial strike call. Definitely looked like it was below the knees.
Yeah, I mean, it was mid-shin at best, if I had to say.
There's ball 4. Works out for Torelli anyway. And the bases are loaded for Sam Kwapnoski. Good spot for Sam. A couple of singles today. He's scored twice as well. He's been hitting .421 over his last 15 games, which is how long his on-base streak has been going for.
Just on an absolute tear. Me and Jared were the assistant general manager, Jared. We were talking about it after this last inning. I mean, these guys are just hot right now. I mean, the Squatch they're just hot. And there's not much people have been able to do to slow us down as far as the season's gone out so far.
We sent the message early, don't let the Squatch get hot. And boy, have they been scorching this last month.
Yeah, I mean, you start out the season 2-6, and you've now only lost 8 games total, and you got 19 wins. So that's a pretty good stretch of baseball.
They're on a 6-game win streak right now after taking 4 against the Prospects to sweep them in the overall season series. But again, we flipped the page, clean slate for the second half. Start off 0-0. Hard ground ball. Diving stop by the first baseman. Fires to second for 1. And that's all they'll get. Run does come in to score. Kwapnoski, a fielder's choice RBI.
It's good hustle down the line there. Make sure he didn't get doubled up. Just made sure he did a job there.
Now 9-1. Aaron Neals, 2 doubles today, has scored both times as well. Thought about it. Called a strike. And Neal's asking if it's because he went around or whether it was called. And we won't know the answer because there's no signal from the umpire. 0-1. Inside, missing.
It had to be that he went around on that first pitch.
I think you're right. Taking a look at the replay back up in here, I think it was. Boy, what is that the umpire's picking up? Is that some clay, like some hardened clay?
That looks to be like some clay. Got to get Eli and Luke on that ASAP.
Yeah, break that up. Don't want that to sit in the grass either. Not good for the green here. Ground ball left side past the third baseman, Friedman, and into left field. Stay hot, Aaron Neals. He's 3 for 3. Work comes in to score from third. Quap moves to second. Here is Carson Rather, who was dancing with the fans and the interns a couple innings ago.
Yeah, he's down there having a good time. You know, he's in the DH spot today. Not much to do other than go up there and swing the bat. So always nice when the players come out and have the fun, keep the crowd engaged.
First pitch to Rather is outside. It's going to be an interesting day for the bullpen with both catchers in the starting lineup. So someone's going to have to step up and be the bullpen catcher when someone needs to get up and moving around.
You know, and I don't really know who that could be, to be honest with you. If I had a guess, Diego Trujillo looks like he could get behind the dish.
He used to be, or actually, you know who used to be a catcher? I believe it was Rin Chambers, who used to be a catcher.
Rin.
So he might get down there. And
Rin does have an arm.
He does. Big hack and a miss from Rather, falls behind 1-2. But you know who caught a bullpen down in Hastings was Brian Young.
BY.
He got down there. He might have done it because I had him mic'd up for a video. That might have been the main reason why he did it, because I said it would be really funny. So we'll see if he does it again just to be the team player. Yeah, but
you know,
he has done it.
BY's always a team player. He's always down for a good time. Anything BY can do to have a good time, he's there.
Time called by Rather to fix his elbow guard. But you're absolutely right. I mean, whenever Brian Young, he was one of the guys who came out to be auctioned off for, originally it was supposed to be for our ladies' night, but we did it last night instead. Rather's called out at the plate, went around on the check swing, and the Squatch leave a couple runners on the base paths, but they score 2 more and take a 10-1 lead. Time at the ballpark, so if you haven't been able to make it out this season, you've got one more half to do so before the playoffs. Head to SpearfishSasquatch.com and pick up your tickets today.
So surprising, so untamed, so much historical fame, so much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags, hit the road, strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Jordan Bowman back out on the mound for the top of the 4th. Chopper right side hits the line, goes foul. Quap was ready to make the play. Good stab at it. And I thought that caught more of the line than it did foul territory, but nonetheless, it's a foul ball.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting day for Blue today. A few questionable calls at the last bottom of that inning.
Big hack and a miss on the breaking ball. And we did have this home plate umpire for the first Nebraska game, which, if you go back and watch, all of us were dumbfounded by the end of the game at some of the calls. Drop, third strike. Michelson calls for the inside part of the bag and finishes the strikeout. Dax Wandler goes down swinging. Here's Ivan Gomez. And I will say, give credit to the home plate umpire, Scott Penny. We do know his name tonight. It's been a lot cleaner than it was in that first game.
For sure. It's definitely been a lot cleaner. Definitely, there was a lot that went on in that first game in Nebraska. We do not have the same line judge, I believe. I believe we're different there, so it's not the exact same crew.
Yeah, Nathan Montgomery is the field umpire. I believe he was the home plate umpire the other night. There's a strike. Good pitch from Bo. He's thrown 53 pitches now, has 3 walks and 1 strikeout, 2 hits, 1 run. It was not allowed, and 3 1/3 innings of work. Here's a high fly ball to left, going back is Niels. He makes the catch. Couple of quick outs for Bo.
Yeah, I like the trust out of Octo there. You know, last inning he did give up the one, but he went out there, had a mound visit with him, probably just telling him to stop trying to overthrow things, calm it down. He knows he's got the stuff to get you through some innings here. So I like the trust sending him back out here for this inning, and it's proven like the right decision right now.
Amari Hackett takes away. Walked his first time up in the third, then was thrown out by Owen Michelson. We have guesstimated that he's probably thrown out double digits now. Another fly ball to left. Niels pitches a 10, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. Squatch coming to the plate, 10-1, bottom of the fourth. Ten to 1, bottom of the fourth. Owen Michelson to lead off the inning. He'll be followed by Isaac Martinez and Ben Foyer. Owen Kelly back on the mound for the Plainsmen. He's thrown 3, allowed 10 hits, 10 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and he plunks Owen to start the fourth. He struggled with the free bases. That's his third hit batsman tonight. And funny enough, the guy who is tied for the team lead in hit by pitches, Carson Rather, has not been hit by a pitch tonight.
He did get hit by, I believe it was 3 the other night against Nebraska. It was 2 or 3, but I believe it was 3.
Hold on, we've got the official numbers here once I pull it up. He got hit by 3 on the 25th. Line drive to right. Drops in for another base hit. Michelson speeds around second, and no throw as he goes first to third on the base hit from Martinez.
I don't know about that cutoff there at second. That throw looked to be on line, looked to have enough velocity. I thought he might have had him.
Oh, absolutely.
At third, and we get a cutoff there. Maybe a little miscommunication out there on the field.
That's going to draw Bo Boyle out of the mound, and that's going to be the night for Kelly. Rough outing, 3 innings, 11 hits, 10 earned runs. New pitcher looks to be number 15, Jax Budigan, making his second appearance of the season. We'll introduce him when we come back. 10-1 Squatch, still bottom of the fourth and runners in scoring position. new pitcher for the Plainsmen is Jax Bootigan. He's thrown 2 innings this year, has allowed 3 runs. None of them were earned, so has a perfect ERA and a 1.0 whip, 2 strikeouts to 1 walk. So limited action for Jax, but comes in with runners on the corners. And Ben Foyer at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. Kind of a weird arm slot for Jax. Very much sidearm. Stays low to the ground with his legs.
Not quite submarine, but pretty close. Pretty close to getting down low enough for it.
And when he comes set and starts to move forward, his chest almost stays parallel with the ground, so he stays so low. Good stop there by O'Connell behind the dish.
I think it'll be interesting to see how he throws to a lefty. I don't know if we have one coming up soon, but it looks like a majority of his stuff, from what I can tell so far, is all just going to break away, which means it's going to break into that down and in spot. And if he misses one to a guy like Quap or somebody.
Well, Carson on deck. He's a lefty. Line drive up the middle, drops. Michelson comes in from third. Martinez holds up at second. It's an RBI single for Ben Foyer, and the Squatch take a 10-run lead. Well, we'll get to see our answer here, Coop. Here's Karsten Hansen. Was hit by a pitch his last time up, came in to score.
He very well could also just have fastball changeup to the lefty. It'll be interesting to see if he throws that down and in, though. There it is.
And it's got to look weird for a lefty, but also I talked to some of the lefty hitters in this lineup. When they're facing a sidearm guy from the right side, the ball almost runs into your bat because it's coming in, rather than away where you have to chase after it. Good look there from Karsten.
Looked to be that change up there.
But then when you're facing a lefty sidearm thrower, or really a lefty in general, the ball tails away if you're a lefty. So then you got to go out and chase it. Fouled away. And there's quite a few lefty bats in this lineup, so this actually should be a favorable matchup for the Squatch.
I feel like most of the season we've kind of been lefty heavy, and I love a lefty batter. I think the more lefties you can have in the lineup, the more successful you're probably going to be, especially because not a ton of lefty arms in the baseball world. There's a good bit, but
that one finds the backstop. Both runners will take 90 feet.
But I think definitely you're going to have some favorable chances to win a ball game and get some hits when you have more lefties than righties in your lineup.
O'Connell's going to fix his gear as we call time. It's a 2-2 count on Hansen, making just his 5th appearance of the year. Came in with a .333 average and just 12 at-bats. Hack and a miss. Good pitch there from Jax to get Hansen swinging.
That was a hanger there. Just missed it.
Definitely doesn't throw as hard as some of the other guys the Squatch have seen. And as we saw from this Nebraska series, that tends to work against this lineup.
Yeah, the last 2 games, those position guys definitely had a better outing for Nebraska, the final 2 games. We did win by 10 last night, but it was only 13.
And when comparatively to the other scores where we scored 22, 23 runs, I felt pretty good for the prospects. Nick Work. He's 2 for 2 today. He's scored all 3 times he's been at the plate. His at-bat in the 2nd inning resulted in his first home run of the year. Followed up the 3rd inning with a single. Came in to score. He's got a much more short and compact swing. His hands aren't as loud. They have almost a small circular motion rather than, for example, Phoenix Brent, whose hands move all over the place until the pitcher starts coming to the plate. Line drive left field, another base hit for Nick Work. Martinez scores, make it 12-1.
What a send-off game for this kid. I mean, been doing great all season, and I mean, what a way to go out hitting your first home run. You've got on every time you've been up to the plate. Your team's up 12-1. No better way for him to get out of here in a good fashion.
Here is Lucas Torelli. Walked his last time up. He's walked twice, actually. Singled his first time up. And has scored twice as well. But you're absolutely right about Nick. He came in a week later from South Dakota State. And his big goal this summer was to get a lot better in his swing, a little more consistent, getting ready for next spring with the Jackrabbits. Tapper to the first baseman. Steffes picks it up and makes the play. Foyer comes in to score from third.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a team in this league you want to go to learn how to hit the ball better, I'm sure he knew that Ryan Bachman was going to be coaching this year, and I think he's probably been a tremendous help for him, especially as he's not a natural infielder, but he's been playing infield for us. So I think having Ryan there to just help him tweak out some of the little things that he needed to clean up probably was a big help.
First pitch to Quap is outside. And talking about learning from mentors, Sam has been a great mentor for Nick Work. They've developed a really good friendship this summer. Going fishing at Wilson Kiefer's cabin on the weekends and off days. Popped up left side. Friedman gives it a look. And Sam, he's only a couple years older than Nick, but when you look at the seasons that Quap has had, he is a pro hitter. I mean, just looking at last year, his first year at Doane University after a couple of years at North Iowa Area Community College, he hit .433 with a .523 on base and 52 RBIs. That's a pro hitter right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's swung the ball well. Even here this year, you look at him, he swung the ball well all year long. He had a bit of a rough patch at the start of the season, then he fell into a little bit of a slump at home. But, I mean, the bounce back since then has just been incredible. I mean, as you mentioned, he's hitting close to 500 in his last 15 games, which is just incredible.
He's extended his on-base streak to 16, and that happened in the very first inning. Chopper to the second baseman, picks it up and runs it all the way to first base before flipping it there for out number 3. The Squatch tack on 3 more runs, and it's 13-1. Top of the 5th when we come back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Everybody, welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium. Normally it's myself, Aiden Wirtz, and AJ Reister. Today, right now, it's myself and the one and only. Oh God, I forgot your whole entire your whole entire
Golden Goody
there it is.
Grayson Carl Superhero
Yep.
Ninja Turtle Chapeau.
One of the longest nicknames, one of the best nicknames ever. Jack Riley on the mound right now for Spearfish. First pitch there was a ball. Fires just a bit outside. Owen Michelson catching him right now. Grayson, let's tell people about your fandom here in Spearfish. I mean, you've got the jersey, you've got Sam Kopnowski's necklace here.
So the team has made me part of them, and it has been great getting to help them with all the cheers you guys see me do.
Yeah.
And I love seeing people smile and just love seeing people have a great time, especially when we get a home run or a run or anything like that.
Right. Riley's 3-0 pitch right down the pipe. Plainsmen taking all the way right here. Grayson, so far the Sasquatch are leading 13-1 right now. You got any favorite moments from this game so far?
I like to see the team just working together.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, they've been hot recently. Riley's been hot these last two pitches. Started off 3-0, now 3-2. Has another high mark payoff pitch. If you're in the stadium, you know what that means. We've had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
A 3-2 pitch from Riley here.
Foul ball.
As we mentioned, it's Michelson catching right now. Grayson, I know you were in the huddle the other night breaking them down. What do you say to the team out in the outfield before and after games?
So I do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then go, Sasquatch!
Nice. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Another payoff pitch right here, just a bit high from Riley. We give first base to the Plainsmen here. Riley's predominantly a pitcher, but obviously he can play both ways. Had a nice hit out to left field and had a nice catch in left field the other night as well. Brady Alexander comes to the plate for the Plainsmen. First pitch incoming from Riley. Just a bit inside, almost nicks him. So, Grayson, you've been watching the Sasquatch for how many years now?
About 5.
About 5 years. They started, what, 7-ish years ago, something like that?
Yeah.
And you know Eric pretty well, obviously.
Yep, there he is.
There he is,
down
right down the front. Big boss man. Second pitch from Riley. A bit inside as well. He'll get his control down here eventually, I'm sure. 2-0 pitching coming from Riley. One man on first right now. Guarded by Sam Kopnowski. As we've mentioned, not his normal spot, but playing over there pretty well so far. 2-0. Pumps and fires. Almost nicks him. Gets a stink eye right there from the batter. 3-0. Deep breath from Riley. Man on first right now. No outs here. Top of the fifth. 3-0 pitch. Strike taken all the way once again. Kind of the same thing that we just saw with the last batter. Grayson, you and I have been in the batting cages together. Obviously, you've had some pretty nice hits over in the batting cages.
Thanks. But what about Caleb?
Right, what about Caleb? Yeah, nice hit over here to the second baseman side. An error from the Spearfish Sasquatch once again, and it'll put runners on first and second. Grayson, we're going to get a picture right here.
All right.
Just in the Sweet, thanks, Callie. But, yeah, errors have kind of killed this team so far this season. Obviously, not our normal second baseman. Peyton Fort's been there for the predominant part of the season. Runners on first and second now. No outs here. Top five, Squatch leading 13-1. First pitch is fouled off.
Foul ball.
Near the Plainsmen's dugout. But, Grayson, you just delivered AJ and I some chocolate ice cream here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. It's a hot day. We got little AC. As you can tell, we got a fan here. So we got Palm Air sponsoring us here with some nice fuzz on it. It's probably not the most sanitary thing, but
trying to wipe it down sometimes.
Yeah, right. We'll do our best. 0-1 pitch right there inside. 1-1 here for Riley. Picks up the bag, taps it around his hand. Runners on first and second here. A nice sunset incoming here in Spearfish. No rain that we have to deal with here tonight, so that's nice. All the fans can stay dry here in the nice soon-to-be July heat. 1-1 pitch from Riley, tapped at the middle. Double play ball right here. Fired over from Foyer to first. Easy double play for the Sasquatch. Runner on third, but that'll give us 2 outs right now. Don't have to worry about him anymore. Nice play right there. A recovery from the error we just had a second ago here in Black Hills Energy Stadium. Runner on third right here for the Plainsmen. Riley has finally settled down here on the bump, looking to get his third out here. Fires the first pitch, fouled off right now. Grayson, what's your favorite ballpark snack? We got ice cream right in front of us, but what do you normally like to chow on?
I like to chow on ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm sad that she didn't bring me any.
You can have a bite of ours. You can have a bite of ours, absolutely.
All right, thanks. I like the Skittles, Starburst, anything that won't melt.
Right.
Obviously.
It's a good point, yeah.
In this kind of heat, you want to be careful with the food you get from concessions.
Yeah.
Yep.
1-1 count right here for Riley. Just a bit inside right here, knocked down low into the dirt by Michelson. Takes a look back over at third base and fires back to Riley on the mound. 2-1 here, looking to get out of the fifth inning with no runs. Only run so far for the Plainsmen has come in the top of the third. 13-1, a 12-run lead right now for the Sasquatch here on a beautiful Saturday evening in Spearfish. 2-1 pitch from Riley. High and in right there. 3-1 right now for number 10 from Spearfish. Riley's pitch mix, normally a sinker, slider, changeup. He's a freshman, 2025 this year. He's got some nice hair as well. Some nice blonde hair all around, going around Spearfish's dugout. But 3-1 pitch here from Riley. Nice deep breath. Kicks and fires. Just a bit high here. Put runners in the corners, first and third. Grayson, if you could be any position on this Spearfish team, if you could take any position, what would you want to play?
I would play second base like Ryan Bachman.
Yeah, that's right. You're a big Bachman fan.
Yep, huge Bachman fan.
You got his number drawn on your back here and some nice Sharpie, signed by a lot of the players as well.
Yep.
It's awesome, dude. When did you first meet Ryan?
When he first started playing for the Sasquatch.
Way back when, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, now Bach's an assistant coach, so you still talk to him pretty often?
Pretty often.
Pretty often. Nice. Nice. You and your family, you guys were just down in Colorado for some YMCA stuff, right?
Yep.
Pretty fun time?
Yeah.
Saw you guys were in some inflatable costumes playing some mini golf. So
yeah, that was my siblings.
Nice.
They are ridiculous.
I bet they are. I bet they are. Runners in the corners here for Jack Riley. First pitch, call a strike. Not a very happy reaction there from the Plainsman dugout. Taste of the own medicine. It's obviously some inconsistent strike zones here, but to each their own. Eye for an eye here. 0-1 pitch from Riley incoming. No runs scored this inning. 13-1. Second pitch. Thought it was just a bit low, but the 0-2 count right now for the Plainsmen. Riley looking to get out of this one scoreless here in the fifth. Nice sun setting here over the Black Hill Mountains, as we call them. Runners on first and third. 0-2 pitch from Riley. Lined right over to Foyer. That'll be end of the inning for the Plainsmen. Some simple plays right there. Kind of a rocky start for Jack Riley, but a nice double play right there from the middle infield and a final out there from Foyer. 13-1 heading into the bottom of the fifth. Grayson, thank you so much for being on this call.
You're welcome.
Awesome, man. All right, heading into the fifth. 13-1 as we mentioned. We'll be right back with myself and AJ Reister. Don't go anywhere. 2.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th, Aaron Niels, Carson Rather, and Owen Michelson. First pitch to Niels is taken for a strike. Great stuff from Grayson. Always a blast when he's around the ballpark. He's going to hang out with us up in the press box for the next inning or two.
Yeah, man, Grayson's the best.
Aaron Niels today, 3 for 3, a couple of doubles and a single. He's scored twice as well.
Yeah, pretty happy with that performance. Kid coming from Evanston. You know, I don't mean to keep plugging his name, the Evanston connection, but Max Hansman, he's doing pretty good. I forgot the team he's playing for, but yesterday through 5 innings, gave up 1 hit at 5 strikeouts, no earned runs over at his summer ball team. So
it's a pretty good day.
Throwing pretty well, topping out right around 88, I want to say now. So
flip to right field, down the line, stays fair. Niels on his high horse. He has at least a double and his 3rd of the night. Stay hot, Aaron Niels, my goodness.
Talk about trying to up your slugging percentage, on-base percentage, everything in between. Nice job right there. It's just a great piece of hitting, right? You're just kind of throwing your bat at it, trying to get it down the right field line right there.
4 for 4, 3 doubles, and a single on the day for Aaron. Brings up Carson Rather, who's 0 for 3. Takes a strike. I know in that top of the 5th inning, some questionable strike calls that looked pretty low. And just from looking at our camera angles, they looked below the knees. But Scott Penny behind the dish. I mean, he's had a pretty decent strike zone, but a few times he's gone a little too low.
Right.
For most people's liking.
Right. And then, you know, as the game goes on, you kind of just have to adjust and try to see how you can manage yourself here in the box. Looking for, yeah.
Yep, 0-2. Behind him, Niels takes 3rd, a nice carom.
Some PTSD for Rather, who's been hit more times than I think anybody in the past couple of days.
Yeah, he's
hit
gotten
3 times in that one game.
Yeah, he got hit 3 times just a couple of days ago against the Prospects. He's been hit 6 times this year, which ties Quap for the team lead. But Quap's been here a lot longer than Carson has.
Yeah.
He's played a lot more games than Rather has, and he's already tied him and hit by pitches.
We were talking to him last night, and he said that his mom had texted him saying, please take the magnets out of your pockets.
1-2 on Carson. Line drive, left side, hangs up for Boyle to make the catch. Niels tags from 3rd to throw in, not in time.
Kind of a funky slide from Niels right there. I think even he thought it was a bit wonky, but nonetheless, another double for him and another run, 14-1 now.
Yeah, I think he might have come down a little bit hard and almost bounced off the clay, which is always a tough way to slide into home. Nonetheless, it's Owen Michelson with nobody on and 1 gone. That's going to hit Michelson. His 2nd time today that he's been hit by a pitch. It's like something with these catchers, man. They just like getting hit.
They just like getting hit.
14-1 the score. Here's Isaac Martinez, who singled and scored his last time up. Isaac's really been coming around recently with his bat as well.
He has, yeah.
I talked with him at the beginning of the year, and he said towards the tail end of this last spring, his bat went ice cold. He's a chopper up the middle. Booted into center field off the heel of the second baseman's glove. Michelson will take 3rd. And a tough play by Ivan Gomez at 2nd, who had to go deep behind the bag, and he just pushed it out into shallow left center.
That's one of those unfortunate hops right there. I think a lot of the infield has talked about for the Sasquatch that this dirt is not always the nicest to play on. There's obviously some unfortunate and very unpredictable hops here.
Brings up Ben Foyer with runners on the corners and 1 gone. Chopper to second baseman. Gomez again flips to 2nd for 1. The relay, not in time. Foyer beat it out.
Ooh.
Nathan Montgomery, the field umpire, calling Foyer safe.
As much as, you know, we're the interns here and root for them, I'm not too sure about that one.
That was a very close play, to say the least. Here's Karsten Hansen. Inning stays alive for the Squatch. They lead at 15-1. I mean, good bounce back play for Gomez at second after punching it into center field.
Yeah.
And nearly got out of the inning with that run not scoring. But Foyer beats out the play. It's a fielder's choice. Karsten Hansen, he's 0 for 2 today. Struck out twice, but was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. A lot of guys getting plunked today.
Yeah.
Flip to left, right to Boyle, who makes the catch. The Squatch tack on a couple more. They lead it 15-1, top of the sixth when we come back. (15-1) the score, top of the sixth, and the Grim Reapers coming out of the pen for the Sasquatch. But first, let's get an update from around the league with Luke Layden.
Around the league right now, the Prospects and Oahe Zap just finished up. Prospects actually won, beating the Oahe Zap 14-2.
Big bounce back game for them.
Big bounce back game, especially starting the second half of the season. And then also the Spuds came back down 5-1, beat the Fremont Moo 8-5.
Wow, exciting game down there.
Yep, and that's it around the league. And obviously, Squatch are up 15-1.
Well, it's going to be an interesting second half. Of course, the Squatch took the first half, but the Spuds ended up coming out from behind the Hastings Sodbusters to push for first place, and they get the comeback winner today.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see how the Spuds play at the second half, but obviously Hastings is a good team, and who knows what the Prospects, obviously getting a bounce back win from losing 5 straight. Who knows if they got their guys now to finish the second half of the season.
We'll see what happens. Second half starting today. A good start for the Squatch so far. Thanks for hopping on and joining us, Luke.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. All right, the Grim Reaper, Jackson Peters, is on the mound, and he has been one of the best pitchers in the Independence League this season. Is tied for the league lead in ERA. It's a 0-0-0.
Yeah.
He has been unreal.
0-0-0 is the batting average I would have against Jackson Peters, too. So
it adds up.
It does. Yeah, he's been a killer on the mound. Obviously, some scouts around and in the ballpark, whether disguised or not. I know we saw the UNC one. We're not sure if there's how many more there are, but there's definitely some people out here looking for prospects, and Jackson Peters, if anybody, is at the top of the list.
Leading off the top of the sixth is Brian O'Connell, who is 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a fly out. First pitch from Peters. Away. Jackson, a redshirt senior from Plano, Texas. Attended St. Edward's the last couple of years, but did not make an appearance in 2025. Currently in the transfer portal. And one of his big goals this year was to improve that pitch right there. And, boy, has it seen an increase. Last we checked, he's been topping out around 91. But earlier this year, he hit 92. And he goes upstairs and is ahead 1-2. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's reaching back a little bit further tonight and catching some extra velo. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, tipped into the glove of Michelson, and he picks up his 31st strikeout of the year.
Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun to go against at all, man.
No, it is not.
Extra incentive with scouts in the stadium, but I'll tell you, with 0 people in the stadium, Jackson Peters is still pitching just as well. Obviously, as you mentioned, he might be reaching back a little further, trying to hit that 90-91 mark if he can. 92 even, as you mentioned.
Here's Dax Wandler with nobody on it, 1 down inside for ball 1. And Jackson's got a pretty fun story as well. He actually started out his career at New Mexico Military Institute, where he threw 66 innings and had a combined ERA of 7.64. Made only 4 appearances his first season at St. Edward's, just threw 5 innings. He struck out 7 but walked 5. And again, he didn't make an appearance in the spring season, so it's been a while for Jackson since he's gotten a true workload, but boy has he this summer. Lifted to center, Torelli over, lays out, it's off his glove, and it'll be a 1-out single for Dax Wandler.
Nice attempt right there on the outfield by Torelli. Just whether it was a great or good read or whatever it was, just not able to get in far enough. One more step in before that pitch, and he would have gotten to it probably.
Just the 6th hit allowed by Peters this summer. He's now thrown 16 1/3 innings. Here is Ivan Gomez, takes a strike. Jackson, we've talked about his perfect ERA so far. He has not allowed a run in 12 appearances. This is his 13th of the year. And in the Nebraska series, came out for 2 of the games. He faced 7 batters and struck out 4 of them.
Disgusting.
Just disgusting. He faced the minimum a couple nights ago against the Prospects and struck them all out. 3 up, 3 down, all via the K.
We heard from Seth Nelson yesterday at one point. I might have been off mic, but he was saying his approach to Jackson Peters is crowd the plate and take it to the elbow.
Yeah.
But as we've talked about, wouldn't be the most fun hit by pitch unless he got about 2.5 guards on that elbow right there.
Yeah, and he threw his splitter that's just a little bit slower than his fastball.
Yeah.
2-1. Pulled foul.
And here's a great opportunity for a guy who throws this fast with that weird little ankle kick to either try to fire it or impress with off speed here.
Wandler did take off on that pitch, but it was fouled. See if he does it again. 2-2. Stays put. Oh, and he got him on the butt. Brings up Amari Hackett with 2 on and 1 down. Fans were hoping for the $2 off beer with a strikeout on Gomez.
They really wanted that one. The beer batter here, and that's a common theme at some of the other teams in this division and league. We even saw it at the Badlands Big Sticks games, although it might have been $2 off candy at one point too for the kids. But
Tapper back to Peters, picks it up. The throw to first, got him in time.
Honestly, if you're a scout, you're kind of happy you saw that too.
Absolutely.
It's nothing crazy. It's not some insane play, but one of the biggest things is, can you make a throw that's not from the mound to home? And obviously, didn't overreact there. Just a nice, simple catch and fire.
A true veteran on the mound. Here's Braden Boyle with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 down. Misses low with the fastball. It's 1-0.
He would love to get out of this one, too, and keep that ERA at zip.
We're talking to Jackson about his fastball, and you can see it on every time he throws it. It works more like a sinker. It's got a lot of movement to it, keeps the speed, but has some late break, too. And he says what he does is when he grips his fastball, it's a normal 4-seam fastball, but he puts a little extra pressure on his middle finger when he releases the pitch to get that bite. Just misses the outside corner. And as a hitter, when you see something straight coming at you, you can get a good eye on it and put a good swing on it, but when it has that late break with that kind of fastball speed and trajectory, it can have you swinging out of your cleats. Chopper left side, Work waits for it, picks it up, throws across the diamond in time to retire the 9-hole hitter. The Grim Reaper leaves 2 stranded on the base paths, 15-1. Bottom of the 6th when we come back.
so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on, and she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Man of the hour at the plate, it's Nick Work. He is 3 for 3 today. He has scored 3 times and hit his first home run of the season back in the second inning. Very well could be his final at-bat in his Sasquatch uniform. First pitch is upstairs. Ball's thrown into center field. But as we've said all night, Nick has been a great addition to this Sasquatch team. Came in a week late, missing the first series of the year, but ever since he's gotten here, he's made a massive impact on and off the field. Line drive, center field, make it a perfect day for Nick Work. 4 for 4. He's reached base all 5 plate appearances, and he has scored 3 times and has a chance to make it his 4th time plating home if he can come around to score with some help from his teammates.
He'd have it no other way. No other way.
Lucas Torelli digs in. Torelli today, he's got a base hit, a couple of walks, and a sac fly, or a sac ground out, excuse me. He's scored twice as well. Late strike call from Penny behind the dish, and it's 1-1. Torelli, as we've talked about, finished up his senior year at Eastern New Mexico University, was named to the All-Lone Star Conference first team, was also on the NCBWA second team All-South Central region. Hit .410 with a .526 on base, had 46 RBIs and 12 home runs in 183 at-bats, and struck out just 28 times.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, not a bad spring at all. We'd have an even better spring, or a better summer, I should say. Came into the day hitting .412 with a .554 on base and an OPS north of 1100.
Yeah. Yeah.
17 RBIs, 7 doubles, a couple of stolen bags as well, and he's been a great glove in center field.
Yeah, he has. Had that walk-off, too.
Has his highlight clip of the year.
Yep. Really is just a beautiful scene here in Spearfish.
Full count. Just misses, and ball 4 on Torelli. Puts 2 on for Kwapnoski.
Perfect song for country night for Sam. This country night here in the ballpark. Some hats, some big belt buckles, some flannel, and some country walk-up songs.
Love it. Easily one of my favorite nights of the year.
Yeah.
Love country night.
I know we've talked about before, you're a big Cody Johnson fan, right?
Yep.
You got some other favorite artists. Hit me with them once we get a break here.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton's up there for me.
Yeah.
Well, Cody Johnson's normally my go-to. Away on Quap, and it's 1-1. Got any country artists you enjoy?
I'd say Chris is pretty good, too. Not pretty good. I mean, I love him. My parents were just at his concert last night.
Lucky.
I'm a big Tyler Childers fan, which kind of dances on that line of country and folk, but I'm a big TC fan as well. Let's see if I know anybody else.
But now the catcher is arguing with the umpire on where that missed. He says upstairs, but O'Connell says that was right.
We can tell you what we think.
That was either belt high or right down the middle.
It's a bit inside, too.
It was a little bit more inside and knee height than I thought. But I think it crossed the plate more.
I agree.
A little bit higher than that. And
yeah.
It's been a battle with the umpires all night tonight. A lot of close calls and some that, when you look at it, even in live action, kind of scratch your head.
Yep. I mean, that's a whole conversation you could start having now. Is the electronic strike zone, is it going to come eventually? I mean, it's got to.
I mean, it has through the minor leagues. I know it'll probably make its way to the big leagues here very soon.
Right.
Quap works a walk. I think it'd be tough to get it in a league like the Independence League.
Yeah, you're probably right, yeah. But for some of these guys who might go on to other higher colleges and possibly a guy like Charles McAdoo a couple years back for Spearfish that's now in the Blue Jays organization.
Absolutely. Here is Aaron Neals with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch, lifts it out high and deep to right center, but it'll hang up for the center fielder Alexander to hunt down. Runner from third tags up and scores. Nick Work scores for the fourth time tonight. Torelli moves to second. Quap has to stay at first. It's a sac fly for Aaron Neals.
What a night for Work.
Great night.
If this is his last game, which honestly he might even hope it's his last game now, ending on one this strong is pretty impressive.
Here's Carson Rather, the designated hitter with runners on the corners and one down. Big hack and a miss. He's trying to clear the bases. If the Plainsmen can't get 5 in the 7th, the game will end early. If the Squatch score any more, it'll be an even deeper hole for the Plainsmen to try and dig out of.
Yeah, it will.
Rather had a sac fly in the 5th, drove in a run. Outside of that, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. He's been in front of a lot of the pitches he's seen, but this kid on the mound has been thrown a little bit harder than the other guys we've seen. Brecken Mason is the pitcher, making his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 2 innings this year, has 1 strikeout and 3 walks, and has 6 earned runs on the year. His ERA is 21. He's got some pretty good stuff. It's just been missing barrels. That's been the problem for him.
Yeah.
And staying in the strike zone. 2 walks since he's entered the game.
Yep. Look at that bottom scoreboard for the Squatch. 4-4, 2-3, 2-1. Feels like a Sudoku board I can't seem to figure out.
Good stop by O'Connell.
Can't imagine being a catcher in this heat would be too fun.
Yeah. Well, also trying to face a team like the Squatch whose bats just can't seem to take a break.
Yeah.
Hack and a miss. Rather goes down swinging. Brings up the only other catcher on this roster, Owen Michelson. Again, hopes and, or I should say, prayers go out to Jayton Greer. Hopefully his collarbone heals up. He was here for 1 day, and he took a foul tip right to the collarbone, and it fractured in a couple of places.
Yeah.
And he was here played 1 game and was right back on the plane going home. And I talked with him before the game yesterday when he was in his sling. He said, honestly, it's better to happen now than later in the year, because he is going into his freshman year at San Diego. And it would have really sucked if he had to miss most of the year Boy, did he just call that a strike?
He did call that a strike.
Oh, my. What? Is the strike zone 6 feet underground? I mean, what are we doing right now?
We'll take a look here at the replay and see here.
Did he just change the call? Now he's putting up 1-1. Okay, now he's switched it back to 0-2. Now Michelson's like, make up your mind. What's the count? Now it's 1-1.
Okay.
Okay. I guess it's 1-1. Hold on, everybody wait. Okay, it's 2-1. I don't mean to, dig at the umpires too much because I know it's a hard job. I've done it before. It's not easy. But sometimes there are some calls that you really scratch your head at. And you start making an indent in your head because of how much you're scratching.
Right. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is inconsistency. If you have a weird zone but you stay consistent, you can almost live with that. But an inconsistent zone is one of the most abnormal things for a hitter.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Wandler picks it up, flips to second for the force out there. 16-1, the Squatch tack on another. Last chance for the Plainsmen to try and extend this past 7 innings. Top of the 7th, and the Grim Reaper back on the mound when we come back. The Spearfish Sasquatch have won the first half and are in the playoffs. You don't want to miss watching this historic team in action. Join us tomorrow night for Game 2 against the Plainsmen. It's also Faith and Family Night at the ballpark, presented by LaFrade Roofing and Construction. We cap off the series on Monday with First Responders Night. Catch all the action live on YouTube or head to SpearfishSasquatch.com and get your tickets today. Top of the order due up in the top of the 7th. Last chance for the Plainsmen to extend this ball game. It's 16-1. The Squatch bats continue to stay red hot. 16 runs on 16 hits. And this has been a pretty normal day for the Squatch at the plate. I mean, you, of course, have your standouts in Nick Work and Aaron Niels, who had pretty electric days at the plate. But for the most part, everyone did their job. And it's crazy to say, but it's almost what we've come to expect out of this team.
I agree.
Hack and a miss. Peters ahead in the count 0-2.
We just talked about it off mic for a second, but boy, Peters would really love a strikeout or two here in this final inning if we get it in front of the scouts and for himself to keep that ERA at 0 and impress the crowd here.
Good hang there from Alexander. He is 1 for 2 today, singled his last time up, flew out to center in the first. The Plainsmen have had a tough time moving runners. There's been a few free bases, 3 hits, and a couple of errors allowed. Oh, boy. And another interesting call, as that was called a ball. And Michelson already started throwing it around.
Well, JP's not going to like that one. He's going to come in here firing now.
Oh, boy. Where did that miss? I can tell you right now, Peters is not going to be happy after the game today, but Got to keep composure here. Still got 2 strikes on the kid. 2-2. Pulled foul. I mean, boy, that last pitch looked like it hit paint. I mean, that's twice that Michelson. The first time he actually started throwing it around. The second time he thought about it. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Still gets the strikeout.
Yeah, and AJ, I think that's one of the most impressive things. If you are a scout, you just probably had a strikeout call 2 times in a row, and you're still keeping your composure, still throwing strikes, staying in the moment. Good job right there from Peters.
That's 2 Ks on the night. Brings up it's still Asher Friedman. I just broke my pen. Misses inside. Friedman today is 0 for 2. He reached on an error his last time up.
That's the same pitch. And a strike right there.
That it is.
I think the one was a little outside, I won't lie. That first one down in the 0-2 count and the last one, I'll give him credit there.
Nasty hack and a miss on an inside pitch.
That was real nice. But, you know, we're coming back to the root theme of consistency here.
Heading the count, 1-2. Just misses upstairs and away.
We're cool with that one for sure. I mean, that's definitely outside, trying to get him chasing right there. Not a bad pitch from Peters at all.
And it's a competitive pitch as well. It's not like he's totally outside the zone.
Right.
You just went low and in, then you go high and up. See what he comes back with, the 2-2. Goes upstairs and gets a foul ball.
Yeah, he's throwing strikes right now, a lot of them.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go with something low after going back-to-back upstairs.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind it at all.
But you also just got the swing on the high fastball. 2-2. Ooh. Just broke enough to miss Friedman.
Yeah, obviously Peters was not super happy with himself being a batter there in the last inning. Almost got him there, but obviously kept it just a bit.
Full count, 1 down. Fouled away. I think that last pitch that he threw that nearly hit Friedman, he was going for that low slider, but just left it out there a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Likes the call from Michelson. Another payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Had to make sure that was strike 3.
You were hesitant on that
I was. I had to make sure. But it is strike 3 called and back-to-back Ks for Jackson Peters. Oh, I had to make sure.
Strike 3.
Yep, it was.
It wasn't like that. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. But that's like when somebody asks me a question in math class and my answer ends with a question mark.
Yep.
You know, because we don't know.
Fouled away. Peters looking to close out this ball game. The Plainsmen are down to their final out, trailing 16-1.
Strike out the side to end would be awesome for Peters here.
Couple of strikeouts in this inning. He had one when he first came out. That one gets away from him. I mean, Jackson has just been lights out all summer long. It's been so fun to watch, and he was really looking forward to having this chance in front of the home crowd. Another great crowd tonight. 1-1. Pulled foul. Ortega got around on the high cheese. It was up near his eyeballs.
And that's one of those tomahawk ones. It's like the first home run Jack Tani had.
Yes. 1-2. Plainsmen down to their final strike. 3 strikeouts already for Peters. He leads the team with 33. The 1-2. Fouled away.
Watch out for that light. It's been hit about 2 times now in the last 2 nights.
Man, we're running out of light bulbs. Guys got to quit hitting it.
This would be huge for Jackson. The crowd's into it. A nice crowd here in Spearfish tonight.
Sun setting beyond the right field wall. The 1-2 in the dirt. I know, pretty close. Sorry. Fans are ready. 2-2. Pulled left side. It'll find the Plainsmen bullpen, and we'll do it again.
And here's another opportunity between Michelson and Peters here. Are you going to fire in a fastball and hit it with 91? Are you going to try that low slider and catch him swinging?
A lot of options here with 2 strikes and still a ball to play with, too.
Absolutely.
2-2, 2 down. Plainsmen down to their final strike. Tapper back to the mound. Peters fields it. The throw across. The Squatch have won 7 in a row. 16-1 the final. And the Squatch are scorching hot going into the second half.
No slowing down for them at all. We won that game the other night to clinch it, and all of a sudden they come back with 2 very solid wins versus the Prospects and Plainsmen here in Spearfish. They're really solid at home. They've played incredibly at home, which is obviously one of the big questions we're asking later on in the year. How many games do you want at home? If you can get them, can you get the first 2? Can you get the next 3 with the championship series? We'll see. But, AJ, just an unreal performance, an unreal stretch for the Spearfish Sasquatch.
Their 11th win at home this season. They've only lost 4 times at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Nick Work, as we said, will probably be his final game here in Spearfish, and he is our player of the game. Great, great day for Nick Work. He finishes his stat line 4 for 4, 2 RBIs, 4 runs, and 16-1 the final. Big day for Nick Work, and he picks up his first home run of the season as well.
That's good. That's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
What a way to open up the second half. The Squats won the first half for the first time in program history, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down yet. When we come back, we'll have one of the assistant coaches join us in the press box, and we'll break down the first win of the second half. 16-1 the final. Don't go away just yet. Welcome back up into the press box. I'm A.J. Reister, now joined by pitching coach Octavio Sanchez. Coach, a great win to open up the second half. A good outing from the pitching staff as well. Let's start there. Jordan Bowman gets the start. Ran into some trouble there in that third inning, but left the bases loaded, only allowed 1 run. What are your overall thoughts from your pitching staff tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he keeps his composure really well, and he's a guy we can trust, go out there, throw strikes, and he lets the defense work, pitches the contact and lets them make the outs behind him. So a great job by him, and then Riley followed him up. It's been a little bit since we got him in there, and, 2 walks, I think?
Something like that.
But, he's a competitor, that doesn't faze him one bit. And then, obviously, Peters, he's automatic.
It's unreal. It's been unreal to watch him pitch this year. He leads the team with, I think, 33 strikeouts now, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's been ridiculous to watch him. Let's talk about Jack a little bit, though. He got a chance to hit the other night. Is he going to turn into a true two-way?
He's working on it. I think he was a pitcher this last year. He wants to hit. He's trying to work on it, and we're going to slowly get him in there, And, I think, what was it, a double?
Yeah, shot a double down the line.
Yeah, so he works hard. He's a good kid, and, he's got a lot of baseball in front of him.
Well, again, it was really fun to watch the pitching staff work tonight, but this offense continues to just put up monstrous numbers. You hang 20 twice against the Prospects this last week, 10-run rule yesterday. You flip the page to a new series, a team that you haven't seen yet this year, and the offense does it again, hitting 16.
Yeah, they're just they're rolling right now. They're not fazed by anything. They're just having a good time with it. I feel like we're playing free baseball. It's fun. We're having a good time and just going up there trying to smash the ball, and we're having success.
So there's now going to be some changes with the lineup and the roster. Nick Work, he's gone. I think today was today his last day.
Not too sure about that, but I know we're close to the end.
Yeah, and we have Peyton Fort, Tyler Russ, Gio left yesterday. But how do you, as the pitching coach, with new arms coming in, Phoenix came in, you got Mitch coming in as well, how do you handle this pitching staff with all these new faces coming in and out?
Yeah, obviously we have a backstory to them, know a little bit about them, but all the new guys will throw a pen for me so I can kind of get a look, and we try to put them in a soft landing spot. I know I've said that before. Try to give them a clean inning and see what they got and slowly break them in as we go.
Now, I haven't asked you this question yet, but champions of the first half, how does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I'm more proud that we did it for all the fans here. We have a great crowd come out every night, so you could tell they're really into it. They really want it, so it's good for the town of Spearfish.
And one of your arms was the game-winning hit.
Yes. Also another two-way guy. From what I heard, primarily a pitcher, but he can swing it, and, man, can he swing it. So
came through in the biggest moments, but let's finish up today. Obviously, another run rule win. We got 2 more against the Plainsmen this weekend. What should we expect going into tomorrow's game?
Same thing. Offense is rolling. Pitchers are doing their job, playing good defense behind it. It looks like we can't be stopped right now, so just got to keep it going, keep the energy up, and see what happens.
7 in a row for the Sasquatch. Let's keep it rolling, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll wrap it all up when we come back. 16-1 the final here in Spearfish. 16-1, the final here in Spearfish as the Sasquatch win their 7th win in a row. It's been phenomenal watching this team this year. We're celebrating the first half and Eric's daughter's first birthday.
Yeah, there's a cupcake here. It's about to go into my, face hole. And it's a beautiful night.
It is.
First birthday for Eric's daughter, birthday for Cooper's mom. One of Work's final games, a great game.
Was it Gonzo's birthday, too?
It was Gonzo's birthday, too.
A whole lot of birthdays.
A whole lot of birthdays, a whole lot of cupcakes. You had some cake yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to finish this cake later.
Yep, we had some ice cream. So as you can tell, we are very healthy eating people up here in the press box. There's no bad food at all.
No, we have a strict diet, and we stick to it.
Yes.
We're getting on Evan Luke's training plan.
The no sugar diet?
Yeah, the no sugar diet, obviously.
This is made of tofu, actually.
It looks like it, totally.
Yes. But great game here in Spearfish. Really quick game, so thank you guys for tuning in. And if you came to the ballpark and are watching later, thank you for coming. Really quick game, still light outside. So nice to get home on a nice Saturday night and get some extra food in your system, watch a TV show, do whatever you like with the family. But for us, what a nice night.
Oh, great night. Another dominant win for the Sasquatch as they continue to roll into the second half. They closed out strong, and they're starting strong. It doesn't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:05, Sunday start. It'll be Faith and Family Night at the ballpark, so make sure you get on out here for that one. Should be fun. It'll be Game 2 against the Plainsmen of this 3-game series this weekend before we get ready to host the Zap again.
Yep, the Zap are coming back, but really nice start to the second half, as you mentioned. I think it's just a testament to this team. They just want to keep winning. There's no gas pedal they're trying to let up on right now. They've won the past 2 in pretty solid fashion. I talked about Owen Michelson giving them a little TED Talk speech out there on the outfield before the game saying, hey, why not win the second half? Why not keep the pressure on all other teams?
Yeah.
And just roll through. So I love that mentality. Obviously, this is an opportunity, a huge opportunity to rest arms, give people opportunities where they need them, kind of recover from whatever that first half had in store for the Sasquatch. But that's really about the all we can say about the team so far. They're just really fun to be around, and they enjoy the game of baseball. That's not much more you can ask for in summer ball.
Not at all. 16-1, the final here from Spearfish. Again, we'll be back tomorrow at 11:05, first pitch for Game 2 against the Plainsmen. From all of us here in Spearfish, my partner Aiden Wirtz, he's been producing, directing, color commentating, researching, everything, all home series. He'll be here again tomorrow. I'm AJ Reister saying good night from beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota.